Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to our channel. Let's get summarized. Today, we're diving into the transformative teachings of Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, a book that has touched countless lives, including my own. It's a guidebook for anyone seeking a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. This spiritual guidebook emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment to achieve true happiness and enlightenment. It's about silencing the noise in our minds, letting go of worries, and embracing the beauty of right now. You know, for years I chased happiness like it was a destination. I thought, if I just achieve this or acquire that, then I'll finally be happy. But true happiness, as Eckhart so eloquently explains, isn't something you chase. It's something you cultivate by being fully present in this very moment. The past, with all its regrets and what-ifs, is gone. We can learn from it, but dwelling on it only steals our joy. And the future, well, that anxious friend, it's just a mental projection, isn't it? It hasn't happened yet. Tolle urges us to release the grip of the past and the anxiety of the future. He reminds us that the present moment is all we truly have. It's the only place where life actually exists. It's in the laughter of a child, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the taste of our morning coffee. These moments, these seemingly ordinary experiences, are where the magic of life resides. But how do we silence that incessant chatter in our minds, those thoughts that keep us tethered to the past and anxious about the future? Eckhart calls this chatter the ego, that voice in our heads that tells us we're not good enough, not worthy enough, or constantly compares us to others. It's the ego that makes us cling to past hurts and future worries. It's the ego that prevents us from experiencing the peace and joy of the present moment. When we identify with our thoughts, we give them power over us, but we are not our thoughts. We are the awareness that observes those thoughts. And in that space of awareness, we find freedom. One of the most powerful practices Eckhart Tolle teaches is connecting with the inner body. Have you ever noticed how often you're disconnected from your physical sensations? We're so often lost in our thoughts that we forget to inhabit our own bodies. But our bodies are our anchors to the present moment. By bringing our awareness to the sensations of our breath, the feeling of our feet on the ground, the weight of our body in a chair, we ground ourselves in the now. This practice helps us to detach from the endless stream of thoughts and reconnect with the stillness and peace within. Chapter 4. Embracing the Now, Acceptance and Surrender. Life is a tapestry of experiences, some joyful, some painful. And often our first instinct is to resist the difficult emotions, to push them away, to wish things were different. But what if, as Eckhart suggests, we met each moment, even the challenging ones, with open arms? Acceptance doesn't mean we have to like what's happening. It simply means acknowledging the present reality without judgment, without resistance. Surrender then becomes a natural unfolding. It's about letting go the need to control, to force, to manipulate. It's about trusting the flow of life even when we don't understand it. Chapter 5. Releasing the past. Healing the pain body. We all carry within us emotional baggage, past hurts, traumas and resentments. Eckhart calls this accumulation of pain the pain body. It's like a shadow that follows us, influencing our thoughts, emotions and behaviors. The pain body thrives on being fed. It wants us to stay stuck in old patterns of negativity and suffering, but we have a choice. We can choose to become aware of our pain body without identifying with it. When we observe it with compassion and non-judgment, it begins to lose its grip on us. This process of healing the pain body is an essential step towards experiencing lasting peace and freedom. Awakening to the now. Cultivating mindfulness and presence. Mindfulness is not about emptying our minds. It's about becoming aware of the contents of our minds without getting swept away by them. It's about noticing our thoughts, emotions and sensations without judgment, like clouds passing across the sky. When we practice mindfulness, we develop a greater capacity for presence. We become more attuned to the beauty of the present moment, the simple joys of life that we often overlook when we're lost in thought. Chapter 7. Escaping the time trap. Clock, time versus Psychological time. Time, as Eckhart explains, is a construct. There's clock time, which helps us organize our days, but then there's psychological time, the time we spend dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Psychological time is the source of much of our suffering. It robs us of the joy of the present moment and keeps us trapped in cycles of anxiety and regret. By becoming aware of our tendency to slip into psychological time, we can gently guide ourselves back to the present where peace and freedom reside. Chapter 8. Present love transforming relationships. Our relationships are often a reflection of our own inner state. When we're caught up in our egos, in our own needs and desires, it's difficult to truly connect with others. But when we approach our relationships from a place of presence, everything changes. Being present in our interactions means listening with our full attention, being fully engaged in the moment and responding with empathy and compassion. It means letting go of judgments and expectations and allowing the relationship to unfold organically. Chapter 9. Beyond the Ego. The journey to enlightenment. Enlightenment, as Eckhart describes it, is not some distant goal that we strive for. It's a shift in consciousness, a recognition of our true nature as pure awareness, as being itself. It's about transcending the limitations of the ego, the false sense of self that keeps us separate from the wholeness of life. The journey to enlightenment is a deeply personal one, but it's a journey that's available to each and every one of us. Chapter 10. Tools for Transformation, Practical Exercises. Throughout The Power of Now, Eckhart offers practical exercises and meditations to help us integrate these teachings into our daily lives. One of the simplest yet most profound practices is focusing on the breath. Our breath is our constant companion, always grounding us in the present moment. By bringing our attention to the inhalation and exhalation, we can calm the mind and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Another powerful practice is observing our thoughts without judgment. Notice how thoughts arise, linger, and eventually dissolve. We don't need to engage with them or believe everything they tell us. Simply observe them with detachment. And finally, connect with your inner body. Throughout the day, take a few moments to feel the sensations within. Notice the feeling of your feet on the ground, the weight of your body in a chair, the expansion and contraction of your breath. These simple yet profound practices can help us to cultivate a deeper sense of presence and peace in our daily lives. Outro. Embrace the power of now. The wisdom shared in The Power of Now has the power to transform our lives from within. It's a reminder that true happiness, peace, and fulfillment are not found in some distant future, but right here, right now, in the present moment. By focusing on these principles, you can break free from the cycle of suffering and experience a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Remember, the present moment is all we truly have. Let's make it count. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful content. Thanks for watching.